Hey, everybody. Welcome to our training that we have had scheduled for everybody that we talked about yesterday from the standpoint of build, sharing, and growing. It's Guy Tool, Wolf. We're here to give you more tutorials from the standpoint of how do you build your business? How do you get the best foot forward? How do you go about creating things, aspects on your card that set you apart from anyone else out there? We're all about building your brand, about promoting your opportunity, your business. So sort of why we're going through this and why you're creating your own card, following along, put your marketing and your branding, your advertising hat on and say, what would I like to see as a recipient? So that's sort of what we're going to go through today, little step-by-step, quick tips, how to be able to provide the best collateral that you can. So with that, I'm going to bring ER on. He's going to talk to you about what elements you should have ready before you even start creating your card, as well as getting into the process of creating your card. Also, if you're watching this live, go ahead and follow along. If you're watching this in replay, push the pause button every once in a while so you can follow along exactly with what we're showing you to do. So with that, I'm going to have ER take over.
Yeah, thanks, Guy. And we want this to be conversational. So if you're having questions as we go through with this live, or if you're watching this in replay on Facebook or maybe on YouTube, fill out the comments below with questions and let the community help support you. Like Guy mentioned, with Shuffle being a mobile marketing platform, everything starts with building your brand, then sharing that message, and then growing your business. And today's training is going to center specifically around build and building your Shuffle cards. And those Shuffle cards are literally mobile landing pages. And you're able to build them in a multitude of ways. We're going to talk about some tips and tricks. As Guy said, take notes. Don't be afraid to pause this video and do this step that we're talking about, and then restart it again. Our number one goal is for you to get done with this training and have an amazing Shuffle card at your disposal that you can start sharing out. Whether you're sharing that in text and email, whether you're using proximity, whether you're advertising on social, that your card is there, built out, ready to go. So let's start talking about some of these tips and tricks. And it all starts with creating the card. And you can create the card in two places, okay? So you can create them in the app on your mobile device. And know that that's going to be a little bit more challenging than creating them on the web from, say, a desktop computer. So if you are or have access to a computer and you're going to be logging into Shuffle online, we're going to go through that today. If you're doing it from your phone, you can do that as well. And also the phone is a great place to update your cards, to make little changes, to modify things, to add in a new link or update a link, to swap out a quick photo, or even if you don't have a computer at home, to build your entire card from scratch. But you're going to want to listen to these tips and tricks to make sure that you have the elements in place so that you're best prepared to build your card. Because if you're building it on the phone, and if some of you who've built a card before and are looking at how to optimize and really dial your card in, you end up jumping back and forth from the app back to, say, the web to grab web links and those types of things. We want to have all of that prepared. So, one of the first things that I would say as a tip is make a list and prepare the stuff that you want to build your card beforehand. That's probably the number one tip there. Make sure that you're building a little list. And in fact, there are some elements on the cards. If you've not built a card, if you're still questioning what is this Shuffle card itself, I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to show you my own personal Shuffle card here and actually walk you through the elements that are on the card. We're going to be viewing it from my mobile device just so you can get a sense of what exactly is on a Shuffle card. So on my personal card, this is a card I share with people when I meet them. If you're seeing me here, you can see I can swipe and scroll my card, and you're seeing the bigger image on my web browser when the viewer opens the card. And I've got my logo on here. I've got a screenshot of my headshot. I've got who I am, ways for people to contact me, a whole about section, these outbound web links, these embedded videos, social media links, all of those elements I recommend for you to have pre-prepared. So if you have a logo, you want to have that logo pre-prepared. We get questions about the sizing of that logo, the ideal dimensions, 800 by 300. So if you're saving images to your desktop computer or images on your phone, you want to make sure your logo 800 by 300, the image of myself 800 by 800, okay? Your contact information, if you already have your email address, your phone number, all of that stuff, when we get into the build here in the training, I'll show you, you can even use your profile information to load that in. It's going to save you that whole step, but make sure you have that stuff prepared. Some other things, we recommend, have your about section prepared. If you need to open up a Word document or an online Google Doc or even a note on your phone and really write out what you want to have in that about section, and don't be afraid to come back and forth as you edit to update your about section. Your outbound web links, you should know when you come in to build your card, what outbound web links you want them to go to. Is it going to a storefront, a website, a shopping cart? Is it linking wherever you want it to link? Know what you want that button to say ahead of time and where you want that link to point to. The videos, and we'll talk about how you build and add in the videos, but know what videos. If you are using videos on Vimeo or on YouTube, make sure you know what videos you want to use. And I'll show you as we build out our example card here, what to have in place. And then any of your social links or contact links, you're going to want to have the information for those prepared. And we'll step through, and you can, again, pause and go collect that information as we go through building out that card. But that's probably my big tip is let's get that information put together before you start building out your card. So, Guy, I don't know if you have, yep, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're showing you the elements on ER's card. So knowing what you want to have on that, I think the very first step, and we'll go through it here, is when ER is going to be on his desktop, he's going to share how we're going to find the template that we want to use. I think that's the very first place you need to go is figure out what template, how you want it to lay out, and then go in and select that and then figure out what elements you want to add. Always remember, if I add something, it's going to show. If I don't, it's not going to be on the card. So I could not have my phone number on there so people couldn't just call me out of the blue, but I could have my email on it. Just small little tips. I see Bill has said, hey, I put everything in notes from the standpoint of my about section. You do the exact same thing that I do. I put it in notes. I edit it. I put it in. I preview the card. I see if that's how it works or that's how it lays out. And if not, I go back and edit it again. That's one thing. Don't be afraid to constantly edit your card. It's not going to be perfect on your first shot. We've been doing this for years, and it still at time, it feels like I need to go and edit multiple times before I'm satisfied with the card that I'm building.
Well, and I think that's the beauty of it. You don't feel like you have to get this done in one shot. Feel like you can come back, look at it, come back and edit it and adjust it and go through that. And Guy, I think you're exactly right. Step one, decide what type of card you want to build. Are you promoting yourself, your brand, your product, your service? Are you promoting an event? What are you trying to market? And then select the template that best suits you. So let's go on ahead and I'll share my screen. I'm on the desktop version of Shuffle. So if you're logging in through the web browser, you're going to see this format. I'm actually on my cards right now, okay? And we're in our demo account showing you this. And when you go to add a new card, it is the green plus sign that allows you to create a new card. And you'll see when I open up creating that new card, it's going to ask me to choose a template. And we've provided a variety of templates. And that's what Guy was speaking to, finding that template that best lays out based on what you're trying to promote. Is it images at the top? Are they in circles? Do you want videos at the top along with logos? So there's a variety of templates, and we are always innovating over here at Elify to continue to add templates. You can see some new templates here and improve the ways that you can have flexibility to build out your card. So we'll go on ahead and select, say, one of these new templates where we'll have a square image at the top. And again, you can slide through a variety of templates, and we'll just go on ahead and select that template. So I guess step one, let us make sure that we select the template that best lays out. And you can scroll through on any of these templates after you've selected it to see exactly the layout that it's going to have. So in the case of this example template that we're going to be building on today, you can see I've got an image at the top. I've got some logo accessibility, information about me and ways for somebody to contact, then my links, then my videos. So this is, I would say, step one, get the right template. If you don't want that template, you can always select change template. It will bring up the template selectors. And again, you can scroll through until you find the template that you want to be using.
And know when you're creating these cards and you're getting to possibly step 5, step 4, that you want to change your template because it's not laying out what you thought it would look like, that you would still like to change, you can always come change the template.
Yep. I see Hassan has posted here his card. Again, we encourage you, share your cards on here. Let's see how you've dialed in. What are you promoting and marketing with Shuffle? What are some best practices and tips that you can provide to the community here of card builders that can best support them? So we've got our template selected. The thing I want to show you up here is, again, I've gone ahead and I've already built out a little checklist for myself of some items that I want to make sure to include on my card. And that was my sort of tip about preparing myself when I come to build my card. So I've got my about information already written out. I've selected some URLs for my social stuff. Maybe I want to add in and make sure I have my Skype, a video link on YouTube. And we'll talk about each of those things as we build out our cards. But this is something that's going to help make building my card really quick and really easy. So I actually took the extra step to come in and find the videos. Go on YouTube, find the videos you want to use, or on Vimeo, and make sure you're getting those links. Or go onto your social sites and go to your profile sections and make sure you're grabbing your social URLs so that while you're building your card out, you're not having to hunt around for that stuff and actually leave the editor. It's just like designing any web page. You want to have all of that content and all of those images already available so that you can start building. So we've selected our template. The first thing you're going to see on here of these steps along building your card, especially on the web, is that in the template, we have some options to even change our color. So things like the color of the buttons, I can cycle through and change through. You can even dial in a specific color. So take some time and don't feel like you can't come back and change that. At any point, you can come back and edit a card, change a template, change a color. Play around with it, enjoy it. So here we are in red. We'll just go back to blue here and we're good to go. Then we'll just click this next button to go on to our next step. And this is asking us, and this is something I mentioned at the beginning that can save us a step. Would you like to use your profile information? So when you built your Shuffle account, if you put in your profile information, your name, your email, your phone number, the system's going to save you a step here by allowing you to load all of that in. I'm going to go on ahead and select yes. And you can see for our demo account, it's put in the name, email, phone number, company, job title, address, all of that information already in here. If you want to edit it, you can come in and edit it. But it's saving you that whole step. And what you're going to see over here in the preview is that the information you're putting in will start to fill out here. So here we are. My next thing, I'm going to need to give my card a title. So this is a reference point for you on what you're using your card for. Is it your personal marketing card? Is it for a specific product? So my personal card. And again, this is something that the people you're sharing it with are not going to see, but it's going to show along the labels of all of your cards. So when you go to share a card out, that you know what card you're using, that you've referenced it. I've got my name and info in here. You can see on this info section in step 2, the other area is the about section. And as you'll remember, I went on ahead and I wrote down an about section already, so I don't need to spend a lot of time typing that up, but you can feel free to type into that area of the editor. But I'm just going to paste. Again, makes it very simple and easy to do. And once I remove, you can see that it starts to load in so I can preview what I'm putting in. And from here, you can start editing or adjusting how your layout goes. If you want to organize it, if you want to bold certain sections or do those types of things, you can start using that editor to adjust all of those things. And again, you'll want to play around with it. don't be afraid to go back and forth on that stuff. You can also turn on or off any of your banners or IDs on the cards as well here. So note that that is all available in this info section. Once you're done with the info, it's time to move on to the next step in building your card. So we'll go ahead and go to the next step here. And the next step here is our pictures. And again, in this template, we can see we've got our personal picture up here. We've got the logo slot. We have available pictures to do a whole carousel of our products. And as Guy mentioned, another tip, if you don't want it on your card, you don't need to put it on there. So if I didn't want a product image on my card, I would just not enter in a product image and it would not show, or a logo, the same thing. So for the sake of our training, let's just add a photo. And here, when I open up my photos, one of the great tips online when you're doing it on the web, you'll see those past photos that you've used in the past, and you can reuse those photos, or you can click and it will open up your desktop so you could select a photo. So you can select and open up a photo and bring that photo in. So independent of what you want to choose to do, now look that the recommendation is 800 by 800. So you'll want to make sure that you're using an 800 by 800 photo, and you'll want to import that in. We'll go on ahead and select Doug's photo, and we're going to go on ahead and hit save, and you can see it replaces it with Doug's photo. We can do the same thing for our logo. And again, I can click on here and I could select to add a new logo. And when you open that up, it will bring the logo in, and it will allow you to resize and do some of that information on there to dial it in directly to the spot. And again, we'll just go on ahead and crop that. Let's center it a little bit and hit crop. And you want to have that high resolution so that it doesn't get too pixelated, okay? And you can see there's our logo. Now we're building out our card. We're done with our images. We'll go on ahead and skip the product image. I could always come back and add one as well. And we'll hit next. And so all building your card out is going through these series of steps. Now, when we're done with this, I'll show you it on the phone as well. Just know that it's not broken down into steps on the phone. It's just one form that you're filling out. And we'll call out those differences as well. Now I'm on my links tab, where I can add in my social, where I can add in communication, where I can put in my videos, my web links, all of that other information that I might want to add to my card. Some quick tips here that are important to note when you're talking about adding social links, and you're going to want to grab those, is the social link is the URL for your social page. You know, and Guy, I know you have some tips on where and how to find that information. While you're speaking to that, I've already gone out and grabbed my social URLs, but why don't you tell us how to find those?
Absolutely. And I think the one that we get the biggest question on is our Facebook links as well as our LinkedIn. So to start with, we're going to talk about the LinkedIn and how you find that. So what you're going to do is you're going to navigate to your LinkedIn page, your home page. You're going to look for the profile tab at the top of the page. Once you click on that, you're going to select the first drop-down menu, which is Edit Profile. Once you're on that Edit Profile page, look in the URL of your LinkedIn page, and it will appear below the photo. That's what you're going to copy and paste. ER has already gone out and done that. That's what he has copied. Now he's going to paste that into his card. In order to find Facebook, it's much simpler. You're going to go in, you're going to log into Facebook, you're going to click on your name in the upper right, and then you're going to just simply click on the URL in the address bar. You're going to copy that, paste that over.
And the big key here is you just want to make sure that you have the full URL when you're talking about the social links. So my Facebook URL, my LinkedIn URL, and we've gone on ahead and put in the start of the URL to help you out. But if you're not including yours, they're not going to show. So in this case, we're just putting in Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay, as we scroll down in this editor, and you can see now, based on what we put in Facebook, we put in LinkedIn, that those are going to show up in our preview of our card that we're building. So you can see I've got LinkedIn and I've got Facebook added. And again, there's a whole variety of social links that you could put in. Now let's add some communication links. So if you want to add more than just, say, an email, a text, a call number, a map, you can also add an additional communication: Skype, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Line. I know for our international users, there's a lot of usage of other communication platforms that you want somebody to contact you through. Again, those are just the username for the communication. So I already went and grabbed mine earlier for Skype, and mine is just ER_Wolf here. And I'm just going to come in and paste the username in. So I want to call out the difference between the social, where it's the full URL, and the username, where it's just my username on how somebody would get a hold of me. And we're going to clean that one up. And then let's talk about the video links, because those are also on here. Now, this is a key. If you're playing around on YouTube and you go to YouTube to find a video, you're going to pull off of YouTube, and we'll just open this up and find the first video that pops up here. And so here's a rock climber video. We'll open this rock climbing video up. And in here, you'll see a little share button. Pause this. So under this share option, when you open that up, you're going to see the short YouTube code, and it's youtu.be/. This is the code that you want to copy and paste.
I just want to make sure that everyone notices that there's a dot between the TU and the BE. Make sure that you're putting those links in. I have seen where people are saying, hey, my videos aren't working, that when they show up or I send them out, they're black screens, and then you push on the play button and it turns into the snowstorm that we all know. But it's because you're putting in the URL that's shown in the upper left-hand corner. So you need to just make sure that you're pulling the link that is a .be.
And that's a good tip, Guy. Look, you can see this is the full YouTube URL at the very top, and here is the short URL. We want to use the short URL. It saves space. It makes things easier. And again, we'll just go ahead and copy this. And in fact, if I was building out my checklist, that might be another video that I would add, okay? And again, you can see the other one I have is my short one here. So I'm just going to copy that URL, okay? And then I'm going to go into my editor here, and I'm going to paste it in where it says YouTube link, okay? And something I want to call out, and you'll see, look, this is where it just pops up the video right there. And I can give that link a title if I want, completely optional, you know. So here's a tip on how to learn to build your card. If you want to add an additional video on your card, you just hit the plus sign here, and it will create another spot for you to add that video. So I could come back up and take that rock climbing video that we just saw earlier, highlight that, and paste that one in as well. Okay, and you can see it just stacks the videos in, and there's that rock climbing preview that we saw. No need to add the title. As we continue to scroll down, if you're adding Vimeo links, very similar process. Grab the proper video link, put it in, add the title, and you're good to go. The last little area on this page for social and for the links buttons is your web links. So if you're linking to a shopping cart, if you're linking to a product promotion page, if you're linking to a website, you're going to be able to put in the button title and the link to the website. So let's say we've already done this earlier in pre-preparing. Website link, my website. Maybe that's what we want our button to say. And then for website link, we've gone out and we're going to send everybody to elifyshuffle.com. And we'll paste that in. Simple as that. So you can keep adding those by hitting the plus sign. Maybe it's click here. And you want to link to Google. Again, as simple as that, to add those web links. And you'll see in the preview, those buttons start showing up. So we've gone through all of that. You've seen how we added our info, how we added our pictures, and how we added all of our links. That's everything we need to build out our whole card here. It's taken us less than 15, 20 minutes here explaining it. And again, if you're preparing to have this thing done, when you click next, you'll see this is what my card looks like. I can go on ahead and preview it just as somebody else would see it. And I click save at any time. And then I'll see this go to my list. At any time, I can come back. But it was all that extra steps I did up front, the simple, quickly building and adding And you can see there is our new personal card right there, and we're ready to start sharing it out. We can always come back at any time and edit it directly from here. So if we want to change out that template again, if we want to adjust the color on those buttons, it brings the whole thing in. And then we could say, yeah, you know, we really wanted those in green. And then get to the very end and hit save. And we now have it in green. So you can come back, edit your about section, update buttons, add more links, change out videos. But once you know those preemptive steps, those little quick tips, really building out your card and dialing it in can be very, very quick and easy.
I think this really points to, and we mentioned at the beginning, the reason why we're doing this is the simplification. ER went through and built his checklist, and we talked about it. We've gone through, and with the explanation, we've gone just under 30 minutes building a card, of which we talked quite a bit at the beginning. But now, when you go out and you have all the elements that you need before, it really is as simple as 5-10 minutes, edit it a few times, preview it to make sure you know what it's going to look like, and then start sharing. I think this is what everyone's wanting to do, is to build their best brand, what they're trying to expose out to people. So, it's exciting to see that it is as simple as following these simple steps, knowing where to go. Always, with looking at some of these social links, you might not know exactly what URL you have to go find. So utilize a different platform, utilize Google. How do I find my URL for whatever platform I'm looking for? And it will give you a step-by-step how to go find that, so you can copy and paste it and put it in your card.
Well, and don't be afraid to save and preview your card. In fact, I want to go through a few little quick tips now that you have your card built on trying to optimize your card. So we'll jump back over to our web screen, and then we'll also look at the phone here. But now that we have our card built, you can go on ahead and preview that card, and it's going to open up. And then as you modify your card, you can update and come back and preview it time and time again until you feel like you dial it in. So you can see this quick card still has some refinement. Maybe I want to change the lettering, capitalize these letters. Maybe I want to add more social. Maybe I want to swap out the order of my videos or change it to remove that video. That I can come back and forth between previewing it and re-editing it to dial my card in. And I want to build my brand so that I can get out and share and grow and build my business and extend that marketing reach. And that's our number one goal, like Guy, you were saying. How do we simplify that out? Clearly, very easy and simple for a way to build these cards. Now, what I want to show you is I'm going to stop sharing on my desktop. I want to share my phone. And I'm going to show you we won't go through the whole process, but I want to share with you just how easy it is to even make those edits or even build directly from your mobile device. So I'm sharing my phone. We're going to launch Shuffle right here. You can see if I just swipe back, there is that personal card that we had just built out. And if I want to build a card, I just hit that plus sign, okay? And that plus sign will allow me to go through the same sequence of steps. Here are all of our templates, and you just select the template that you want to use, and you go through all of those steps like we did on the desktop. Just make sure you have those elements pre-prepared. If I want to edit an existing card, I'm just going to go on ahead and tap on that card, okay? And you're going to notice there's a little edit card feature right there. And this will pull up, and on mobile, it's just one big form. You can see business card, you can see the information, you can see all of the stuff that we want to put in, and we can just edit or update that card directly from here. Turn things on or off, and then click save when we're done, and we can preview it and re-preview it. So pretty easy to come back and forth, whether you're on your phone or whether you're on your desktop, to build your card and to re-edit and optimize that card. And then once you have your card done, you're literally just swiping to start sharing it out, text, email, put it on your proximity devices, leverage your wave beacons, put it onto social media, get your message out there. That's what the whole goal of this is. We want to get you over the hump of building your card so that you can start sharing your card.
Absolutely. I think there's a couple other quick tips. When you're already a user of Shuffle and you know how to go out and build a card, or if you're bringing somebody in new and sharing them a card once they're a user of Shuffle, is the ability to clone a card. I think that's one of the fastest ways. If you're working with a team member, if you're working with somebody that's has the same offerings as you and really likes your look and feel, the layout of your card, simply share it to them through the application. There's going to be a gear in the upper right hand corner when they're viewing it, and it will give them the ability or the option to clone that card, and they can clone the whole template, or they can just clone the layout of what you've got. Obviously, you want to advise them to go in and change your links to their links. And then another one, and ER is getting here to the point where he's going to show you the simplicity that it is to get to a card to clone. He's previewing it right now. He'll be able to determine if that's the card that he wanted to clone or if it was a different card that he wants to clone.
And then when you click clone card, like Guy is saying, it's going to give you the options. Do I want to clone the entire card or just the template? If I clone the entire card, it's going to bring in all of that information, and I can start editing that information out. Might want to replace Guy's image with my image or Guy's contact info with my contact info. But that's the key right there is you want to go through and you want to make sure you're cloning and updating it. If I clone the card, but I just clone the template, it will bring in things like images and stuff. I want to update the name of it. It's not just a copy of cards. It's now my card. And I want to put in my information and go through that full flow, but it's going to bring in things like the logos and images and links on there. And make sure you modify them. If you're doing trackable links, maybe you're putting in your affiliate link, that you'll want to update it for your affiliate link. So cloning, that's probably the number one easiest way to get a card built is to have somebody share a card or clone a card that you love. And you're going to find that under their shared cards. So I was actually in my contact section right here in contacts, and I had gone and searched for Guy because I knew he shared a card with me. I clicked on it. I went to their shared cards, and I found the card that I wanted to clone. So great little tip there on cloning cards, Guy. Another one would be promotion cards.
Absolutely. And we're always revamping our promotion cards. So right now what you're going to be creating is a card that we're adjusting right now. We're going to be adding additional promotional cards such as Wave. Everyone knows that we're getting into proximity marketing, so providing those to everybody as well. I think it is something that people can utilize, and that's simply you go into the application and you push the plus sign. One thing that you're going to follow along here with ER is this is going to be bringing you to the section on the far left on the desktop. There's two options at the very top. It's promote the Shuffle card or promote the affiliate opportunity. I know we're talking about Shuffle right now. So ER could simply select the promote the Shuffle card, which is going to bring him over to an image with himself on it. And this card is going to lay out exactly like you're previewing right here. All the words are verbatim, the images, the videos, everything is going to be within this card, except at the very bottom, you're going to start putting in your own personal information and knowing once I save this card, every one of those links. So if I'm driving somebody to learning more about Shuffle, learning more about the affiliate program, every one of those links are tied to you. So if they click on, yes, let's get started or learn more, you're going to get that referral.
And let's just show how easy it is to build out that promo card. Again, I don't have to bring in any of the images. I don't have to add the videos. I don't have to do any of the updating of the web links. These promo cards are a real great way to get a card quickly. And you can see I've just added in my phone and stuff right here, who I am on here. I could put my email. I could put my address. I can turn on or off the banner. I can hit next on here, and then we can add the photo. And we'll go ahead and select, say, my photo and add that right in. Hit next to confirm it. And literally, you saw how it was if you've been watching this training the whole time to build a card from scratch. We've just built a whole promo card in less than a minute. And we're saved, and now it's added to our list. So we've got another new card that we're ready to start out sharing. So I think in, sort of winding down this training, and again, if you do have questions or if you do have tips and best practices, put them in the comments below. We'll make sure we answer those. Make sure you're joining that community. But if you're building your card from scratch, make sure, number one tip, select the template that goes along with what you'd like to build. Number two, make sure you take an opportunity to collect the resources for the card that you're wanting to create. Images of your products, links to the videos, links to social media, about information, so that you can quickly just copy and paste that into the editor. Is going to save you a massive amount of time. Third tip, cloning a card is probably one of the quickest if you're trying to replicate somebody else's card. So if you have a teammate, a team member, somebody who's promoting something similar, you can clone that entire card or just that template if they share it with you through the app, and you're going to find that under that contact, your connection, under their shared cards, and it's the gear for cloning. And then truly the simplest way to build a card right out of the gate. If you go to the promo cards, you can select the shuffle or the affiliate card, and you can build that in literally a minute and be out there sharing and promoting our solution. But, our number one goal is for you to promote your stuff. And we want to make sure you guys are able to do that and build it out. So let us know how we can support you in that way. Go ahead.
I know there's a couple elements that people are looking for from the standpoint of shuffle logos, wave logos, any imagery we can provide. We will be providing those through our social media, so you can grab those, get those to fit on your card, as well as we'll have a resources section to be able to provide them to you either on the website or within the app. So it'll be simple for you to go out and grab Elify specific collateral.
And get in the app and play around, everybody. The better you learn how to use and leverage the technology that we are creating, the more powerful it becomes as a part of your marketing arsenal. And that's what really excites us. Engage in the community. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you check out the YouTube channel for Elify and check out. There's tons of tool tips, quick tips, and training videos on there. Engage in these webinars. Even if you're not watching it live and you're watching this in replay, make sure you're going through that material so that you can learn how to best maximize your results using this technology. Make sure you join the Facebook group. If you haven't joined it at facebook.com/groups/shuffle by Elify, request to invite in that. We're going to be doing special things within that group. And check out the Facebook page. Make sure you're engaging and understanding and asking questions. You will get out what you put in on this technology. And we are on a mission to help you have the best year yet in the way you extend your marketing reach, in the way you get in front of new customers, get new prospects, increase your overall marketing exposure, and let us know how we can support you. We want to do a lot more webinars just like this. Again, we'll have more tips on how to build your cards. We'll also be talking about sharing, and there's a full slew of ways to share out your cards, and we'll be touching on all of those, whether it's in person, online, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's to the masses. We're going to be covering a lot of webinar training and on the grow. So we're going to cover build, share, and grow throughout these webinar trainings. So make sure you're tuning in, looking out, sharing it with your team, and really engaging.
Great. We want to thank everybody for watching this, being on with us today. Go out and share this with your team members. I know, it's in the middle of the day for a lot of people, and a lot of people have a job, and making sure that they're able to view this, make sure that they can watch it this weekend, potentially with their downtime, they can go in and edit, create new cards, and see the real power behind actually taking time to figure out how I want my card to lay out and grabbing all those elements. As ER mentioned, we will be very in your face from the standpoint of training. We are going to make sure that you are champions of Shuffle, that you know how to create, that you know how to build, you know how to share, and you know how to grow your business. That's our promise to you for 2018, is that we will be your buddy along the way. If you need somebody to talk to show your card to, make sure you put it on our page, just like ER is saying, and we'll give, other people will give feedback on those cards and help you build that best brand that you want to have out there. From us today, this is wrapping up this training. Like I said, make sure you share this out, review this. And for tomorrow, we're having an affiliate training. That is going to be on our Shuffle by Elify, which is a private page. So if you haven't joined that page, you need to go into Facebook and request to join Shuffle by Elify. If you've got team members that aren't on there yet, make sure you request that they join as well, so they get the affiliate training that they might be looking for to grow an additional income for 2018. So on behalf of ourselves, myself and ER, we're excited to see what this year is going to look like for you. We're here to help, and we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.